Okay, just like some of you already have the notes, so want to understand what use cases is in business analysis. Use cases is very important if you are planning to implement any solution or any product or any software for a company. It's important to understand how that solution or that how software or application is going to be used. We want to understand who are going to use it, in what capacity are they going to use it, what are the purposes. We want to clearly show values that solution is going to bring. You know, after all the analysis is going to do this and that, you need to show one by one what they are going to be doing, how they are going to be using it, how every actor, how are they going to be interacting with that system. That's the use cases. Use cases. How do we use all the features? That's what it, and who is going to use them. So use case describes specific interaction between user called an actor and a system. It focuses on what functionalities the system provide from the user's perspective, outlining the steps involved in achieving a particular goal. So, to further break it down, use cases focuses on what and not how. What are they going to be bringing to table? That's what all this. What is this system bringing to table? It identifies the functionalities delivered by the system, outlying by the system without going into technical details of how those functionalities are implemented. So what functionalities are delivered? What is that system? What values are they going to bring? And we want to implement a CRM system. What are the things the CRM system are going to be bringing to table? What? So goal-oriented, each use case represents a complete flow of activity that achieves a specific goal for the actor. User-centric, use cases are written from the perspective of the user, highlighting how they interact with the system. Then that is use cases, how to use a system, who is going to use the system. But we need to put this use case in a diagram so that it can easily be seen with a glance. The stakeholders have seen the value this use case is bringing to the organization. So use case diagram is a visual representation, we see it, of use cases and actors. It uses a standardized set of symbols to depict the interaction between a system and the external entities called actors that interact with the system. So these are what you are going to see in a diagram. You are going to see an actor, you are going to see use cases, and you are going to see relationship. So actor represents, we call it a hanging man or stick figure that represents any user or external system that interacts with the system being designed. In some cases, actor is not only human being. At times, you can see how another system is interacting with the particular system you want to bring on board. That external system interacting is still called an actor. So, if, for instance, we have a CRM system and our CRM system is integrated with another application, that another application is now an actor. If we're implementing an ERP system and that ERP system is integrated with a bank where it synchronizes to collect financial data, bank activities from the bank into the ERP, that bank application is now an actor. An e-commerce platform like Amazon, if you go to Amazon, what you want to pay, they will use payment gateway. That payment gateway, like Stripe or PayPal or Flutterwave or Paystack, is actor. So any other external entity is an actor. It's not only human being that is an actor. So use cases is enclosed in over. They represent functionalities offered by the system. Any way the system offers value or functionality, that is called a use case. Then we have a relationship. Relationship is a line connecting external actor and every use case in that system. And the system itself is captured in a container. So that is the way it works. So that arrow, every arrow points from use case to the actor. With that, you can see what every actor is doing and what use case, that is what function they are operating within the system. Benefits of use case diagram: improve communication. They provide a clear and concise way to communicate system requirements between developers, stakeholders, and users. Enhanced understanding. They help visualize the system's functionality and how different actors interact with it. Early identification of issues. They can help identify potential problems or missing functionality early in the development process. You can see use case is very important. As a business analyst, is a way to show what this system clearly bringing to table. Who is using this system and how they are going to use it. You don't just come and speak grammar. A sales rep is going to use the CRM to do this and that. You need to show a diagram how they are using it. In summary, use cases and use case diagram are valuable tool in software development, system design, requirement gathering. They provide a shared understanding of the system's functionality and how it will be used by different actors. Okay, looking at this Dynamics 365 CRM use case document, it shows all the use cases and how they are being used and the benefits. Looking at this, you see lead management is a use case, opportunity management is a use case, contact management is a use case, activity management is a use case. These are different use cases, you see, and it describes the value, how they are used. For instance, lead management captures and qualifies lead from various sources, web form marketing, events, track lead interaction, calls, emails, and so on. Opportunity, improves lead nurturing, faster qualification of lead for sales rep, and increased conversion rate. And you see here why this is highlighted. Now you see who is using this particular lead management. You can see that here is a sales rep is going to use this, and that's how you capture it in document like this. But this is not enough. If you want to build a use case diagram, you have to first state all the actors who are going to be using that system you are implementing. After stating all the system, then you have to list all the use cases as well. And equally is important to list the relationships as well. So starting from, this is Dynamics 365 CRM, we want to show a use case diagram for this particular system. Okay, the first, we list the actor sales rep, the sales representative. Then we have marketing agent. Then we have customer. And then you see the sales rep initiate and manage the sales process. Marketing agent generate lead and qualified potential customer. Customer interacts with the sales representative and provide feedback. And these are various use cases here. You see lead capture, lead qualification with brief description, just like I showed in that document above. These are all the use cases. Then you come here, you list all the relationships. Down here you see marketing team generate lead. Sales representative qualify lead. Sales representative create opportunity. Sales representative manages opportunity. Sales representative creates and maintain contacts. You see the way these different actors are now going to use. These are various use cases. You see the relationship here. Within the middle are the relationship. Generate, qualify, create, manage, and create and maintain. These are various way they relate with this system, the way they relate. And coming further, you see sales rep schedule and track activity. Sales manager generate report. Customer interact with sales representative, like giving feedback. And this is the way, if you want to put it in a diagram, this we've captured, you want to put it in a diagram. So you see Dynamics 365 here is the system. This is called container. It carries all this. This is all the feature within this system. If you come here, you see marketing agent, you see sales rep. Now you see marketing agent generates lead capture. Sales rep qualified lead qualification, lead qualification. Sales rep creates opportunity. Sales rep manages opportunity. Sales rep manages contacts. Sales rep manages activity. Customer interacts here. Customer interaction. with the system via sales rep. And then sales manager generates reports. So you've shown in a diagram, somebody is now telling how and what are they this thing we are now wasting money on. So you can see, you will see some stakeholder in a very clear picture. You see what everybody is going to use this system and who is going to use it. Very clear. It's very powerful document in business analysis. And let's look at another case study, the use case for Dynamics 365 ERP. This is no longer CRM, but ERP as well. Another use case. You see, we have different actors here. We have an admin, we have an accountant, and various things they perform, various activities they perform. We have a sales representative, we have an inventory manager, we have a procurement manager, we have customer, we have systems, which is, I say, external system, you know. So, like here you see, represent external integration like banks, payment gateway, and shipping services. And now we have the use cases here. Use cases, how are they going to use this ERP system? The first use case, system setup and configuration. Who set the system up? We have an administrator here, and we have manage financials. Who does that? Accountant. And you see description. Create and manage sales order. Who does that? Sales representative. Track inventory level. Who does that? Inventory manager. Procurement and vendor management. Who does that? Procurement manager. Customer portal interaction. Who does that? Customer. Integration with external services. Who does this? Who does this external interaction? Interaction with external is the other systems. They will interacting and is via integration. Then generate business insights. Who does that? Administrator and accountant as well. So you can see we've clearly stated 8 use cases here. These are practical 8 values we are going to derive from this system after implementing the system. Very clear value, business value. Now, use case diagram. So under that, you see these are actors and these are use cases. All we need to do is connect the use cases with the actors using relationships. Yeah. So you see it here. And when you finish the connection, you are going to get something like this. There's ERP, you see here, you see administrator, this is what administrator is doing, you see accountant, this is what accountant is doing, you see sales rep, and you see inventory manager. So this is very simple. We'll try to make it simple. It depends on the system. If the stakeholders might want a very detailed, you might want to show all the ways, and once they want more, or if you want to show everything the way the system are going, who are going to be using the system, want to capture everything, then it might be more elaborate. So, but this is it. It's just very simple diagram. The main thing for you is understanding how use cases is, and knowing that it's very important in business analysis is extremely important. But this is where you show value. This is not just talking, but you show somebody who do not know how they are going to use system. After seeing all this in a diagram, is more clear to everybody. So how do we create that? You guys have used Draw.io before. I've shown you how to use Draw.io before. You can use any other drawing software like Visio. You can use Visio to do that. You can use Lucidchart. Any of them, you can use them. There are so many applications you can use, but I'm going to use Draw.io. Why? Because it's 100% free and it's very good. So if you want to use any other one, good and fine. But software like Visio, you need to pay before you can use it. Lucidchart, and some part of Lucidchart, like some templates, you need to pay in order to use it. But we use Draw.io. Who have not used Draw.io before here? Who all of us here should have, because I remember we used Draw.io we use Draw.io twice in process map, and we equally used it in project management when we are doing work breakdown structure. So we use Draw.io twice. So all of you should know how to use Draw.io or draw a diagram. We call it Unified Modeling Language. So I'm loading my own, just load it, and you have a canvas like this, and all you need to do is first you need a container. So instead of going here to search for, I'll just come here and type container, use case diagram, container. Type container, and they bring a lot of containers here for me to select. So this is a container and this is a container. I'll use this one and this one. So any of them we want to use is good. So I'll use this. So and yeah. So I'll give it a name. Let me just use ARP, or let's see, let me draw CRM. Which one?
Yeah, please.
Huh?
I say ERP is fine.
Okay, because you guys want to cheat.
No.
It's already there, so you already see how the diagram is already there. So whether you want, it doesn't make sense. It's already there. Very simple activity anyway. Okay, RP. We'll call it B D 365 ERP business Central. Dynamics 365 ERP Business Central is owned by Microsoft. So we now have a container, let's say we have a system. So what else do we need to do? Now we have a system. We need to go get all the use cases in this system. Let's get as many use cases as we can. And I'll come here and I'll type use case. So use case. Okay. Now you can say I type use case. You see all the shapes for use case diagram is shown here. And they like say this is a use case, this is a use case, this is a use case, and this is an actor, this is a relationship, this is another relationship, yeah. This is subject name, this is actor name, so, and yeah, so the generalization, general connection. So let's grab the container. This container is okay. Let's grab this one. So we'll have one container. We'll have one use case in our container. So we can give it a name, or you can duplicate as many as you want. And so we'll duplicate. If we want, you can come here and grab as so many times as well. If you want, you can just duplicate it from here and give it names. And just a simple drawing and activity, but it's very important. It shows professionalism. We don't talk too much, we show everything by drawing. So as developers, they don't talk too much. Everything is by code. You yourself, you don't talk too much. Everything is showed by drawing. As B is. Yeah. So now we have up to 1, 2, 3, 4. You can add as so many use cases as you want. And now we'll come over here and let's grab the hanging man. This hanging man is what we call actor. You know, and you can duplicate this hanging man as many times as you want as well. Yeah, grab this one, bring it here. This one here. And this one here as well. Yeah. And this one, I will duplicate this one as well. Just give them names. Now we have handyman, we have, but they don't have names. So we need to give them all of them names now. So let's go to our notes and we'll see the use cases we've got here. So in our notes, we've got these various use cases and you see what they are doing as well. So let's see our use cases is yeah. So system configuration. So that's what the admin do. Can say system management or system configuration. I'll say system configuration or system management. Management covers both setup and configuration. Yeah, so you can come here and see system. Yeah, system management. Don't come here. And, management. Another use case here is the accountant. See financial management, manage financials. And sales representative and inventory manager. And procurement and vendor management, procurement management. And now this is going to be this particular guy. Give it say is system admin, and here is accountant, and there's rep, and here it's inventory manager. Yeah, procurement manager. Yeah, so you see all the various use cases here: inventory, inventory, inventory manager. And you see, so you have all of them here, but we don't know who is doing who. So you need to grab the yeah, is what you need here. And you then connect it to this. Make sure that they're connected. And say system admin configure and say here set up and configure system. Grab another one. So financial accountant. Yeah, this one again. And duplicate this. And sales reps. So you see here, you know all the relationships with all these, so you have to state all their relationship. This accountant manages finance. You can state all the of what is included in their role here. See here. Financial management. So here. Sales and inventory manager manages inventory. So this is a very simple scale diagram. Uh, With this, you've illustrated how the system is being going to be used, who is going to use, uh, and how they are going to be using it. What are the um, So you can see use case management or use cases and use case diagram are very simple. All you need to do is a diagram showing how the actors are using the system. It can be more elaborate depending on the usage. If you have a lot of people using the system, like for instance, if you have an e-commerce platform where a lot of people have vendors using the e-commerce, will have delivery people using the e-commerce system, will have customers, will have admin, will have payment gate, will have a lot of activities. They show a lot of activities going on that system, how they are using various aspects of that system. So that's it. So if you have question understanding it, I don't think we'll have much complexity or difficulty. It's a very simple process in business analysis, but it's very vital that we can't skip it. So in this give it a name. So that's the name of this system of yours, and we want to export. Anytime you need to export our work, and export it in any form you want, which we are going to export as PNG. And then you come down here, I will download this system here, my drive on my system, and this here is downloaded. I want to include it in my reports. So I want to put this in my report, and I'll come here and insert. And yeah, so we'll have it here in our report, and that's it. If you want to send the reports to your line manager on how this system or your stakeholder or project sponsor, once you draw a diagram like this, is better this way than just, for instance, if I send this kind of document, you know, this, we don't want this kind of thing in business analysis. Yes, you can have it, but it's not always flying because it's so wordy. We are more action oriented in business analysis, and that's why we go with diagrams like this. It's look more professional. Yeah. So thank you for your participation, even though today is not our day, but can see a lot of you attended class. Yeah. So yeah, who's there? You want to raise hand if you have question bothering you on use case and use case diagram. Elijah.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the place you pick the the use case from, I discovered that we have two system items there. The other one is configuration and setup, while the last one there is a system connect to integration and with external services. Are we to capture the both in, or just one of the one you capture is okay already?
No, you just, there's the diagrams you have there is based on what you are, the kind of use case or the kind of diagram you are drawing. Like this one, I just captured a simple use case diagram. So, which is so many of most of the cases you need to just simple activity. That's what you need. So, yeah.
Sure.
It's simple. I like to keep my work simple as possible, and don't try to go and make your work so complex. And at times I see BAs so try to make sure, you know, superiority, and the stakeholders, they're struggling to understand what they are trying to communicate. The purpose of use case is to simplify the activity, not to make it complex, you know. So I've been one time employed. I was employed by this company, Telefonica, or to the telecommunication. They modeled up all their activities, you know, and there's no, they can't move. I was brought in. If you see the diagram, this lady, he just, he himself cannot understand his her own diagram until I break everything down, simplify it, and he was happy. So the point here is you need a diagram, but you don't need to make it very difficult for others. Once it's a bit difficult for others, then the purpose is defeated. The purpose of using diagram is to simplify things, not to make it so wordy, people struggling. So at a glance, people should be able to understand the message you are trying to communicate. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I think that's all we have for you. Once you can capture use cases, just simple that way, and that's it. As a BA, try to make sure your work have use cases. Is important, more especially, well, not every work, more especially if you're working on system implementation. Try to show us how the system is going to be used by those people that are going to use it. What every person is going to do on that system is important. That is clearly value, describe the core value the system is going to bring to table. So thank you, everyone. Like I said, I have another class, data analysis. So I have to leave you guys. Thank you, and see you here on Thursday. If I have, once I say time, I'll squeeze class so that we can push and we can have time to. I'm looking at finishing up as quickly as possible. That's just what I'm trying to communicate. So, you have question or anything?